Yeah, do you guys sing? La 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 la. Welcome.
Shalom, shalom, family. Yes, we are live. We came on here a little bit early. Tried to do 11 o'clock or 11 p.m. our time.
Yeah, this is our time.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what time it is
If they do the research
in
to
the
see
States.
what time zones are in that time.
You don't have to say too much, but
Wait, no, most
I
people don't
think
research,
I
so.
think you should hold your mic though.
Oh, I should
Or
hold
maybe
my
I don't know.
mic.
You talk loud. I talk soft, so that's
Maybe I
why I
should.
always put the mic to my lips. Yes, guys.
Maybe I
Shalom, shalom.
should.
Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. When you enter the chat, make sure you like the video. Um, and yeah. Starting off, it's that last video was crazy. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it was.
That was like,
What was that? Well, we know what that was. That was the
yeah,
most
most
high.
high, hallelujah. That's like really, that's all that we can really say
Hallelujah.
is thank you guys for liking and sharing and listening. Every time I say, come on, give us a like, and I think that kind of spread it out to a lot of people
Maybe it
to
did.
share and stuff because I I saw a comment.
Mm-hmm.
It was my nephew's dad.
Okay.
He said, DJ, is that you? And I'm like, man, I ain't hear that name in forever. So
Is
I'm
that
like,
you?
so I'm like, man, and
Oh
it's reached a
man.
lot of people. So
Yeah, it reached right
everybody,
now 151,000 people
and that's crazy. I really
in three
thought,
days.
I'm like, babe, it's about to stop at 144,000,
Yeah, it kept going.
but it kept going. So hallelujah, we just say, all honor and glory to the Most High,
Mm-hmm.
Yahuwah. Um, it's been just a regular life for us, regular days, you know.
Yep.
But we just want to say thank you for all the new subscribers. Thank you for all just everything to allow that video to get that many views. That was crazy.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
like
good
mind blowing.
topic.
Yeah, yeah. I told her she put a lowercase L. That's why.
Maybe it was. Look, YouTube, you'll never know what YouTube. That's why we
So
just come on, do what we do. You don't gotta make a big deal out of it. Just say what's real.
yeah, and that's us. If you guys don't know us, that is us. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if you want to go into us because
Yeah, I can do
that
it
was like
quick.
a lot of people
Yeah, a lot of new
subscribing.
people. So we are Journey with Us, a family of seven traveling throughout Africa. We spent years in Tanzania. Now we are diversifying our investments,
Mm.
diversifying our lifestyle so that our children can inherit their dream life all over Africa. Okay. So we are the founders of Dream Life Africa, which has helped, oh, child, that's a lot of people. Okay. A couple hundred people move and travel to Africa. We also own a few businesses in America. We are also authors and illustrators. I did not put Wake Up Jacob
Yeah.
in that video. If y'all just look up Wake Up Jacob by Eliana EliyanaH on Amazon, you will find a beautifully illustrated book that I wrote. My husband illustrated on the African diaspora across the world. And if you're one of those people that does not believe you are African, it's okay. You'll be all right because we are African. You don't have to be though.
Yes.
Even though you are still all humans originate from Africa, so you really still are, but we won't get into that.
Yes, shalom, shalom, family.
That'd be a
Welcome,
long speech.
welcome to the chat, the live. When you enter the chat, please like the video. Like say, I always catch this number. I always catch the number 7. It's 27 people on here, but it's only 7 likes. So
Oh
give
man,
us
how'd
a
that
thumbs
happen?
up. Give us a
The
thumbs up.
struggle.
I like the number 7, but just give us a thumbs up
Yeah, and share it with
and
somebody that
share.
needs to leave the West. Cause I know y'all. So first of all, the video popped off like that because everybody knows in their hearts, even if some don't want to admit it,
Shalom,
people
shalom.
are looking, like they're just looking, they're browsing. Y'all know that emoji where your eyes are like looking both ways. So people are looking for an escape out of America. Obviously, that's why you guys are here. That's why you guys are even looking at these topics like this, because
Yeah.
YouTube doesn't even suggest things to you that you're not already looking for. And so at this point, you're trying to talk yourself out of leaving the West. You're like, oh, well, maybe America will get better. Maybe it's not the end of this great kingdom that isn't actually that great. So we thought we would just go through the history in case people forgot. Take it
Yeah,
from
no,
the history to modern
yeah,
times.
because that's basically what we see.
Hmm.
It's like history repeating itself, like really,
Yeah.
like literally, like
Yeah.
for real. So you gotta think about the wars that happened. You gotta think about the colonization that happened.
Yeah.
Just everything. So you know, we're gonna be talking about that today on this live.
Yeah, and let's preference that because even you can't look at it. A lot of people just say, oh, it's like the top nation in the world, all this money, all this comfort, all these, whatever it is. And the reality is that there is still a creator in the universe who created the universe and looks down to see the world. And what he sees in America, he's not pleased with. And so if you think he's just
Yeah,
like, oh, let's just let that fly, that let's go ahead and go into history because I don't, we're going to go into history.
yeah. And as we talk, guys, let us know where you tuning in from. We always love to see people from everywhere. Gambia, we see, um, America. Shalom, shalom, everyone. Welcome.
America. Well, the administration has lost their damn minds. I mean, yeah, I don't think they had them to begin with. That's the comment. I just repeated the comment. I agree. I mean, they never had their minds cuz let's take it back. Let's think 1500s, 1600s. We have all of these people, these Europeans, and they have this idea. They're like, "Okay, let's go colonize the world." You know, because we've traveled so much and met so many people that we've come to realize they
It's
colonized the world.
yeah.
Like, Joe, oh man, okay. So,
It's weird. It's like it's mind blowing.
and this is
It's
why
not
people
mind
need
blowing.
to
It's
travel.
we know it, but once you really see it,
Yeah.
it's like, dang, this is nothing new, but it's just shocking to see.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, yeah. It's
Mm-hmm.
a lot to see,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just what it is. That's just what it is. Like really,
Yeah. And even with that, the cool thing, I should say, the graceful thing in that is that the Most High has still prepared a place outside of America. Because America's one country. Even if you go to Europe, speaking to people who are in Europe or looking at different costs of livings, even Europe is more affordable than America and has somewhat of a better culture just because it's not as violent, not as LGBT, all of those letters and numbers and all of those things. And it's not as wild right now, but it's still the West. So the whole goal is to leave the West behind. That's actually why we titled part of this video that, because y'all, the West is not it. We got to come back to the eastern side of the world, come
yeah,
back to the continent. And it is prophesied. And if y'all don't know Bible scripture, you might just, if there's like 5% inkling in you that has any openness to the Bible, go ahead and go to the book of Second Esdras and Google it and type in people will return to their homelands. Okay.
yeah,
This is a prophecy that says everybody in the last days are going to go back to their homelands. And that's what's happening when you have all of these Black folks leaving Africa. I was about to say America, leaving to Africa. So we know that America started in 1776 with the dawn of their slave trade, the transatlantic slave trade. They went ahead, took our ancestors, right?
I was about to say something. You just made me forget what I was about to say. You just be right on it.
Yeah, took our ancestors, chattel slavery, raping them. And so you think about this inception and then murdering, deleting all of the native indigenous people, and you think, okay, well, what good comes from that? Like what blessings does America get for that? But it doesn't stop there. We'll continue through because you
Yes,
also,
somebody said they were allowed to, but they took it too far. Like the Most High, obviously that was judgment for what we have done.
yeah,
And I know he was talking the other day, and I was saying, hey, our people got to get away from this world. When the Most High brought the children out of Egypt, he
yeah,
said, when you get to the land, do not serve their God, do not do their the things that they do, basically,
mm-hmm,
right? And if you really think about it, if you really think about the big picture of this world, scriptures say, do not be of this. You can be in a world, but do not be of the world,
yeah,
right? So anything that is popular in this world, you have to stray away from. Like really, like just like Easter just came, and April Fools today. It's like little things like that. You have to get away from.
And for the people that don't know, do your research on Easter, because we realize a
Yeah,
lot of new people who, may not know these things. Just everything you do, look back and look into research. Every single thing.
like really,
Look back, because in Deuteronomy it says, ask the forefathers about what
even
happened before, and they'll tell you. There's a
exactly.
reason these are the commands.
Even like we was talking about we don't wear our rings. Like we're married.
Wedding rings.
We're married, right? But we don't have rings because we don't believe in that. But some people might be like, why not? This that's crazy. Your wife don't want a wedding ring, your husband don't know. Because we know where it came from. We know the root of it. And if you know the root of the things in this world, I'm telling you, it's going to help you. The Most High is going to lead you into a path that is narrow and is going to help you be more sustainable on His word. Like really.
Absolutely. Because, like that truth for grace, absolutely. America is Babylon, and anyone that doesn't believe that, feel free to click off, because it's not debatable. It's just not. So we have the 1600s, 1700s, 1800s. Obviously, our ancestors were in slavery. Then they were let go and they fought, and then we had like all the Jim Crow stuff, all the $5 Indian stuff, all the just treacherousness. And let's fast forward to today. America, instead of like paying reparations, repenting for slavery, repenting for all of these atrocities, they were like, oh, let's do 10,000 times more than that. Let's go bomb people all over the world. Then let's go to Africa and let's put ridiculous sanctions on these people after we just stole their people from their continent. So what blessing comes after that? What goodness is to come for that country?
Well, the world. The
It's
world.
just a question.
That's what I guess you gotta ask. It really depends on the person if they want to do that and have the world, or you want to have eternal life. It's that simple.
But I mean, people think they're gonna have the world. We're in the last days.
Yeah,
It's not gonna
yeah.
pan out how people think in America fantasy land.
But that's
Russia,
people.
China, if people can't see the writing on the wall, and this is why we're so adamant about talking about this, because it's that serious and it's that adamant and it's that important. And we
Mm,
believe that the Most High used us as voices to reach you, because we've been reaching over 180,000 people these last 3 days. And it's for a reason. It's for you to pack up your stuff and leave, because this is not a joke. We've been out since 2020. I
yeah.
knew when I turned 18 that I would not stay in America. I was actively searching. I was like, okay, maybe I'll go to South Africa. Maybe we'll go to Namibia. I was talking to my coworkers,
Hmm.
my African coworkers. I hope I meet them again one day from Sierra Leone. My lineage goes back to Sierra Leone, but that's besides the point. So, because it's imminent and it's something that's going to happen, and you can refute it. You can, stay in la la land all you want. But one of the other comments that I actually really liked was like,
Mm.
as Americans, we walk around talking about the people in America. We walk around with smiles on our face, pretending like everything's okay. And it's like, y'all, wake up. It's not okay.
Yeah, like yeah.
It's not, it has not been, it's never been okay, number one.
It just
But
got
it's
worse and
definitely not
worse.
now.
Yeah, it just got worse and worse. I be seeing so many comments, um, about how like yeah, it was the last video. Somebody said $14 was a lot per hour. $14 per hour was a lot. Like what? Maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago, you can really sustain yourself on that.
Yeah, after
Because
that 2020,
yeah,
child.
because I remember my last job, I was making what 17,
Yeah.
18, and that was 2020.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was good money, but it was still like, man, we still got to get extra money.
Yeah. Especially being in America. And the thing you said in the last video that is so true is the only way to how did you word it? The only way to be successful in America is to not be in America. And we're
Yeah,
talking on a holistic level. It's not just about resources. I know when people hear success, you think resources, but you need to be thinking about your health, because Black people have the highest heart attack, strokes, and blood pressure
yeah.
out
And
of every nation or every nationality in the country.
you got to think about your oxygen too. Yeah.
Think about your vitamin D. Think
Really.
about the cancer rates because you can't just pretend these things. I mean, you can pretend these things aren't happening, but what's going to happen is you will not repopulate and have children. And this is the first era in our history that
Mhm.
Black marriages have been on a steep decline. Black families, Black people aren't repopulating and having children in America. Our people, African people, we're not like that. We
Yeah.
repopulate, we marry, we flourish. And so what we're seeing in America right now, not only is the downfall of America, but for those of us who choose to stay there, will be in the downfall too. That's why the Bible says flee from Babylon so that you do not partake of her sins and
Yeah.
destruction.
Don't look. It's about to
That's
be
the
plagues
word.
too. I know you guys heard about the what is it, the eclipse and stuff, April 8th. Well, we don't like to talk on stuff like that, but it might be something. It's a sign. I
It is
just
a
put it like
sign.
that. It's a sign, and gotta be prepared.
Yeah.
Gotta be prepared. So with that, just make sure that you got your passports. Oh, I
Right.
got
That's
one.
number one.
Put
Get your passport, y'all.
put a 7 in the room if you got your passport, or put in a room. Wow, you can't put a 7 in here, but put a 7 in the chat if you got
Yes.
your passport.
Yeah.
Put an 8 if you don't,
Yeah. Because you don't
because
want to
like
get caught slipping.
that's number one right there, a passport.
Yeah, that's
Like
number
really,
one for your children. Whatever you got to do to work it out, even if your children have different parents, whatever, work it out. Be humble in these times. Work it
yeah,
out.
because everything's just gonna
Work it
increase.
out.
Everything's just gonna increase. What? And Tony, we got our passport. What
We got our passports 2018,
2018, and it was like
20.
$120.
Yeah, now it's 160, I
Yeah.
think.
So I think it's just gonna be increasing. Everything's just gonna be increased. Um, so you have to really be ahead of stuff.
Yeah, you
You gotta
get
be
your
ahead of it.
passports for sure. Yes, we do provide relocation services, but you'll have to go to the channel and click the link in the description or come back to the video afterwards.
Okay, we
They
got
said I can
notification.
travel by boat and airplane. That's awesome. We did airplane. We don't know how to sail boats.
Right, man. I would love to get on a boat and just travel like that. That'd be nice. Oh, and talking about boats, they got crews that go to Africa now.
Where?
From Europe, from UK.
Well, shoot, if y'all need to hop over to the UK, you'd
Yeah,
be one step closer.
but I
Remember when we were thinking of that?
yeah, we was like, man, I don't know
We
how we
were
about
not
to get
playing in
over there.
2020. Look,
It's like, man, we might have to get a boat, do
we
cruises,
did
looking up
not
cruises,
care.
all
We
that.
was like, we will fly to the UK just to drive down. We didn't care. And that's how you have to be in these times
Yeah,
because the Most High is calling his people out, but it's will you accept the call? Do you believe he's even calling you? If you don't believe it, obviously it's not going to resonate with you.
yeah. You have to believe it to receive it.
Yeah, because these times it's crazy.
No,
Then
it's
on top
awesome
of that,
times.
it's the
It's great.
violence.
It's great. It's great. It's a great time to be alive.
It is
That's how
great
you
if
got to
you're
put it.
obedient.
If you're obedient, you gotta know, hey, this is this something is about to be awesome. It's gonna be
Yeah.
awesome. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be crazy. It's Yeah, it's gonna be the Most High doing it.
Yeah, he does it. He
So
look,
I'm telling you guys.
tell y'all we left in 2020 without visiting, without no connection. We don't have no connections in these countries. That's another thing. People comment on the video. They're like, "Oh, you look like you weren't from America."
Oh, that's good. I like hearing that.
Right? Yeah, we are African, but we are descendants of the slave trade and hopped on over according to obedience and did what the Most High told us to do. Now, in preparation, we had our freelance business started. So we also didn't just hop over without planning.
We can't do
We
that.
had our freelance business started. We had, our set of countries we were thinking about. That's another thing. Don't just say I'm gonna choose one country and it's gonna work there and I'm never gonna do anything. Like, be wise, use wisdom, ask for understanding, be wise.
Yeah,
Have different plans worked out. And something else that was never a part of our plan. A lot of people come out and think, okay, well, I'm gonna just go back to America if it doesn't work.
yeah. We just
That's not in our plans ever. Our whole plan is we will thrive, survive in Africa, and our legacy will be redeemed and restored here because that's the Most High's promise.
yeah.
There is no other option. That is the only option.
Yes. Yeah. And you gotta know the season too.
Yeah, you do have to know the season
Yeah,
because we're
yeah.
coming up on
We
the
said it
end
on
of
our
unleavened
other
bread.
video for our members. We was talking about you gotta know what season you're in.
Right.
Um and obviously this is, Passover, unleavened bread.
Yeah.
Um
If you don't know, just
so
Google search, okay?
yeah,
Or go to Teo Ministries. That's a good one. Go to Truth Unedited. That's a good one. If you need to learn, some of the Bible stuff, because I know some of you guys think the Bible's written by white man. Y'all give him too much power.
right.
Don't do that.
All the honor and glory to the Most High. But yeah, just go to Exodus, read the story of the children escaping Egypt with Moses, right? And it's time to, it's just that spirit of moving, that spirit of escaping.
Yeah.
So you got to keep that in the back of your mind. And if the Most High is really calling you, is pulling you to get out, you got to really follow it.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it's gonna be a big reward on the other side.
And be prepared to wrestle for the blessing. We discussed this in a previous video. It was on a Sabbath. But if you look at Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they were very diligent men. They didn't just like passively like, oh, well, maybe I'll go inherit the promise. Oh, maybe the Most High is real. Oh, maybe he'll take care of me on the other side of the world that he called me to. Abraham left through a dream. He had a dream, and the Most High said to him, get out of your country and go to a land that I'm going to show you. And so that means when he's going out, he doesn't know where he's going.
Yeah.
So he has this dream, and this was before Google, y'all. Okay. This was a couple thousand years ago. And so he has this dream. Like, just imagine this being Abraham. And the Most High says, okay, you're going to go somewhere, and I'm going to show you where you're going to go. And Abraham was like, all right, cool, Father, I trust you. Hi, Josiah.
Yeah. We try to put the kids to sleep. Okay, come on.
He was like, all right, Father, I'm going to trust you. And you know what the Most High did? He said, this is my best friend. He called Abraham his best friend because he was willing to trust him when he received the vision from him because he knew it was him. And so obviously Abraham is the father of many nations today and the father of faith for, people all over the world because he trusted in the Most High. He didn't need any second witnesses, any third. He didn't go ask the people in the town, across the way from him. He didn't go ask his father Tehor, who was an idol worshiper. He believed the Most High and was counted for righteousness. He didn't have to double check and see who was going to come on one accord with him. He acted by faith. He acted his faith out. So that is the foundation of how we came here. And I think it's important to share that story so that you guys, when you're coming out, you can have that same foundation and have this idea so that you're not tripping thinking um that because Africa, and when you're coming back to the ancient path, it isn't all glamorous. It's not all consumerism. You're going to be very patient here, okay? Some countries you go to in Africa, you will have power outages. Some
Oh,
places you go to in Africa,
sorry
your water
guys.
may be cut off. Shout out to everybody in Tanzania. Sorry. I hope y'all power back on. We heard about it because,
Dang, that's man, that was crazy.
right?
That they said the whole, is it the whole grid or like a part of the grid?
I think it's the whole grid. Maybe somebody in Tanzania could leave a comment.
Yeah, if you're in Tanzania, let us know the situation because that sounds like that sounds crazy. I'm like, wow, man,
Yeah.
I feel sorry for the
These
people I
are
know
things
there.
you may encounter. And it
Yeah,
doesn't mean go run back to America. Because look, if you're a spiritual person, this is only for spiritual people. If you're not spiritual, then you won't even understand. The whole reason that America is crashing like this is because it's currently the most wicked nation on the planet.
yeah,
And that is not debatable. You see all of the pillaging, all of the raping, all of the torture, all of the LGBT, all of these abominations. And then when you travel, this is why we advise you guys to travel. Your children deserve to travel. You deserve to travel. You deserve to see the world the Most High created for you, by the way, right? He created it for you. But anyway, so you deserve to see all of these different areas, especially in Africa, to understand that there is no nation on earth like America. People get in the comments and they're like, well, it's just like America over there, too. And y'all never left America. So you don't have the authority or wisdom to say that. It's absolutely 100% not,
Yeah,
because you don't see LGBTQ, LION everywhere.
yeah, that's just something
You
totally
don't.
different. Yeah, yeah, but
The family is still intact.
really,
There's not a lot of just ratchetness and raunchiness. It's actually wholesome living. America is the only place on earth that is like that. That's why everybody sees America. Y'all go read the book of Revelations. Y'all gonna get back in your scriptures today. Y'all gonna get back in your scriptures. Even if you haven't read your scriptures since you were in church when you were 15 years old, it's not just take a peek and let me know. No, let the Most High know after you read Revelations tonight. Just ask him and say, is there any truth in this, Father? Is this actually real? Is this happening? And he's going to answer you and tell you, absolutely, it's happening right now.
yeah, the truth is coming out very fast. It's like day after day, you know, it's coming. You gotta be prepared.
Yeah.
You know, even if it's right in front of your face, could you accept it? I think I did. I want to say that when we first woke up to the truth, woke up
Yeah.
to the way it was like, if the truth was right in your face, could you accept it, or would you just turn back around?
Ooh, don't turn back around. Don't turn back around, y'all.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, let's stop talking about America.
Don't turn back around.
People, yeah, America is the promised land. I mean, if that's what you believe, that's what you believe. You know, we don't go back and forth with people like that.
Yeah, we don't debate.
Yeah. We believe this, you believe that, it's okay. We still love you. May the Most High continue to bless you and continue to guide you and lead you
Right.
into his holy way, his righteous way.
Yeah. And then if you guys are thinking like, okay, well, what countries are good to move to in Africa? I actually just looked on Google at like the top 10 countries. And so South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, Tanzania, Kenya, Mauritius, Egypt, Zambia. There's 54 countries. But the reason we preference Africa is because it is the origin of everything. It is Eden.
Ah, that's what I was about to
East
say.
Africa
Yeah,
specifically is Eden.
yeah. Just how you was talking about Abraham earlier, how he was traveling, he just got up and went. Like literally, that's how it's crazy because they put it right in front of our face. When I say they, I'm talking about the higher powers that rule Africa, that has a hand over Africa, right? They do laws like that where you can't stay in a country for a certain amount of time unless you got like a big investment or something like that.
Yeah.
That's okay. But for the people like us,
Yeah.
we can't stay here more than 3 6 months, and then we gotta go to another country. And I believe that's a blessing. I believe the Most High will look out for you if you go to a country that's visa free. It's at least what, at least seven,
There's
eight.
a lot
It's
of
a lot. It's
there's
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
visa
for
free
American
countries.
passport holders and UK. I think even Jamaica, they
Yeah,
everybody everybody in the diaspora has some type of advantage in being visa free. You just have to see which ones are advantageous for you based on your
exactly.
specific situation.
Exactly, and I think that's just a blessing to, if you're in a situation to do that, to travel. If you, I mean, like I say, we have a family of seven, so it might be it's a little bit harder for us because we got to actually buy plane tickets and stuff like that. But if you're one or two people, that's just a blessing to go country to country. After every 90 days, after every 180 days, you better do it because the Most High is allowing it right now. Like really, because pretty soon it's not gonna be that.
Right.
It's really not gonna be that, and you're gonna be stuck.
Yeah.
So take advantage while you can.
Yeah.
Yes, and if you're in the chat, make sure you like the video. Give us a thumbs up so more
Yeah.
people know that we are live. Shalom, shalom,
Yeah.
family.
Africa is beautiful. It's abundant. It's every good word.
Why you keep writing the
Things
same
are
thing?
very slow here. You're going to work your patience, okay? Patience is a virtue. You're going to learn so much about yourself, so much about your family, so much about your creator, but you first even have to fathom that you can hop on a plane and go somewhere that's not America. You're
Yeah,
going to, it's
and
like
it
I
takes
can't
that
even
one
explain it.
time. It
It's so
takes that one
amazing.
time. That's why it's like, man, if you really on a continent, it's way cheaper than trying to go back and forth. If you got it like that, we know people that go back and forth and stuff, um, to America and Africa, just the past what
For
three
some people,
years.
it's easier like
Yeah,
that, though.
but for us, that was not our plan.
No,
But it's easier if you're here on a continent. It's easier to travel because you can take a bus to certain countries. You can take a
you can
flight
take a
right.
train
Yeah,
to certain
train.
countries. You
You
can
know,
take boats to certain countries.
really. So
Y'all better get on y'all
if you're
geography.
here, you can. It's just easier. It's just that one time big payment.
Yep. You can travel by region. Then they got these digital nomad visas out. Look that up. Look it up because a lot of us are very skilled people. Most of us are skilled. And so you take your skills to these developing countries and it's like, oh, okay, great. We're waiting for somebody like you.
Yeah, and
Teachers
they're
who have
wait.
been
They're really
employed in
waiting.
Rwanda,
They're really
teachers who have been
waiting.
employed in Egypt, people have been employed in Morocco, Ghana, Botswana, businesses started in South Africa, Tanzania, Kenya, Zanzibar.
Yeah. So if you guys are interested in real estate, y'all better hop on the train right now because Africa is about to blow up. And they're literally building stuff for people to buy. So they would build a big apartment complex, like huge, maybe 100 rooms, 200 rooms, just for tourists to come and stay like an Airbnb, and people can buy those units.
Yep.
So if you got the capital, that would be a good investment.
Yep.
Like really,
For sure. I'm so glad that person brought up Russia. I did want to talk about that.
what?
Um, everybody knows that it's so weird. Okay. The thing that's trending right now with the vaults being open in Russia, I don't know where everybody's been. Those have been open for like the past decade. I remember looking into that in 2015 and seeing that. So that's not new, but it's trending again. Whoever is pushing it. But don't discount what America likes to do with propaganda is have you hate the people that can later be your allies because newsflash, Russia is the only European country that did not colonize Africa. So you have beef with people that you've never met, ain't did nothing to you, but you just know you hate them. Why is that? That's propaganda. That's why that is. Start questioning everything that you have been embedded to believe.
Really?
Then people say China's in Africa. Guess what? China is in America. Everything in America
But
is made in China,
China,
ma'am, sir.
China is everywhere.
Yeah.
Like literally, they are the dragon.
And yet, if you look at their population, this is why I say y'all have to pay attention to stuff. This is why I love statistics and data. If you look at the countries that are decreasing in population, they are Italy, Rome, Japan, China. Why is that? That's called judgment from the Most High, where He just wipes you out, where people look back and it's like, oh, those people don't exist. So you don't got nothing to worry about because look, I'm telling y'all, you better go read. If y'all have not did your Bible study, because we told you on the last video that you need to read Isaiah 42 through 65. Okay. I know some of y'all are like, oh, it's the white man's book. Just open it up and see what's there.
Yeah.
Give it a chance. Go read the book of Obadiah, then go tell me who wrote it. If a European man wrote it, go tell me. Go read Revelations 2:9 and 3:9.
Oh, that's
It's
coming
not a
out
white
too.
man's book.
You know, the kingdom is falling. It's literally kingdom. It's literally still kingdoms. That's in rule right now. Like the money that we have right now. There's faces. There's faces on here, right? I'm not gonna show the money, but it's a face on here, right? And it's like this is a kingdom. This is part of a kingdom, and this kingdom is really falling. People are getting sick with cancer and stuff and falling. People are
Yeah.
dying. So it's literally right,
It's
right
the
at the
American
door.
reset, the world reset. Look, y'all better
It's a spiritual reset.
get yourselves buckled in, get rooted in the word, and go ahead and make your exit, hatch your exit plan. And it's not that difficult. It's really not because if you think during the ancient times when people wanted to move, they didn't know where they were going. They were just like, well, I think maybe water and food might be that way, so let me head that way. But you look, y'all sitting here on YouTube like, oh, where do I want to go? Oh, what they got over there? Like, that's not how it was. when people were moving in ancient times. But humans over time, through all of this technology convenience, have become so lazy and silly and not wise. Humanity has dumbed itself down with
Yeah,
all of this technology.
you gotta
Now we don't know how to survive, except, and the only place you're going to learn how to survive is Africa when you're with those villagers. We've been in the villages learning from people, watching like, oh, they live so much differently.
yeah, man, they live so
They live
simple
so
and
differently.
they good. They help each other. It's cheaper. Yeah, I've miss being stranded.
They
Getting
live
soup.
so differently.
Yeah,
I miss the
rice and
mountains,
beans.
the top of the mountains. We're very adventurous people, but we have to be in these times. We have to get used to climbing mountains. We
Yeah,
have to
you
get
gotta.
used to doing
You
these
just gotta get
things.
used to the ancient path. Like whatever is ancient to you, try to do it. Whatever is uncomfortable for you, really try to do it. That's just what it is.
Yeah, get out of your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is where death happens.
Okay, man. Everybody keep commenting. I don't know what to say or do.
Well, I don't think we need to read all the comments.
Yeah, that's a lot of comments. Yes, guys. If you're entering the chat, give a give a thumbs up. If you like the information that we are talking about, or just us talking to you, give us a thumbs up.
Yep, thumbs up. Are you in Lushoto? I wish. I hope to be
What else?
soon. Tanzania is so vast.
You know your phone. This phone about to die too, so we gotta.
Be quick. Oh yeah, we can shut it off. It's on.
Ooh, yeah, it's on 2%.
Look, we
Or
gotta
matter
shut
of
up,
hold
y'all.
on,
This
we gonna try
you gonna
some.
plug it in?
We
You
gonna
gotta
try
do
some,
it
but
quick.
we're not gonna have no microphones though. So,
Oh,
uh,
you gotta do it quick.
1 second, guys.
Technical difficulties.
Can you guys still hear us? Let us know if you can hear us.
If you can hear us, drop 1,000 in the chat. 1,000.
Okay. All right. Hold
So
this.
yeah, any last questions? We have like a battery charger plugged in here because my phone's gonna die. Well, that's good that you can hear us still. That's amazing. That's awesome. Yes, get some hiking boots. We need to be in nature, y'all. We need to be in the forests. We need to be, look, we need to go back to Genesis 1. Okay? We need to go back to Genesis 1. That's where the answers are. We are not in Tanzania right now. We are traveling Southeast Africa currently. Currently, we had wanted to go to Ethiopia years ago, but while we were abroad, we had 2 children home births. So we didn't get to do as much traveling as we wanted to, but now that they're just a little bit older, we get to travel some. So
Yeah.
it's just beautiful. But yeah, back to home births, because you have delivered 2 children.
It was beautiful, guys.
You've delivered 2 children.
Was
Now, we
awesome.
weren't like that in America. I was epidural queen. I was like,
Yeah.
put the needle in my back. Till I came to Africa, and I'm like, no, I got this, because the Most High. We came to Tanzania 4 months in. We realized, oh, I'm pregnant. Okay.
Yeah.
4 months into moving to Tanzania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so the Most High, when I was pregnant, he's like, you got to have a natural birth, because I need to teach you how to do things alone, organically.
If you guys know our, or if you guys don't know our story.
They don't, because,
Go
you know,
ahead,
you got
go ahead.
150,000 extra people. Yeah. Well, the first time it was funny because we had a midwife, but she broke her ankle the day I went into labor.
Yeah.
She called at 11 a.m. and she was like, you might have to find somebody else because I tripped and broke my ankle.
Yes.
These are the stories of our life. Nobody believes these things, actually. Every story we tell is real life, is true, it's factual. They're like, oh, you're just being dramatic. No, this is really what happened. So at 6 p.m., I go into labor. We had the water birth. You delivered the baby. A diaspora friend that was in Tanzania, she came over and helped us, right? That's what happened with the fourth child. Fifth child, similar story.
Yeah,
But
no,
didn't
the
have
fifth
it
child,
midway.
we was ready.
Yeah, we were much more ready since we had done it.
Because the Most High just told us it's just gonna be us.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be us. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But that first, man, that was real.
That was real. That was
real.
very real. She broke her
She
ankles.
said, yeah, I can't come. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. Okay, I gotta do it. And I did it. So, all praises.
And the beautiful thing I also want to point out about Africa, specifically East Africa, Tanzania, because that's where we were for a while, for years, is our nanny, because you can get house help here very affordably. You live a very good life. And with our fifth child, everybody could perceive that like I was having trouble. And so immediately she just starts praying in Swahili.
Yeah.
She just like broke out in prayer.
Because we were in a separate room in the pool and stuff. She was screaming.
Yeah, her head, her shoulders, something was caught.
Yeah. So
I'm like
we just
moving
hear her
around.
praying in Swahili. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah, she just starts praying in Swahili. We don't even know everything she's saying. Our children do because they speak Swahili, so they know. But I was just like, well, that's good she's praying. Somebody, look, please. I was about to ask for a C-section.
Yeah. She was like, well, let's go to the hospital. I'm like, it's a little too late for that. You gonna go on a motorcycle? We can't do that. Yeah.
Oh, gosh. That was in a small town. Good time. Man, we have so many stories. But honestly, y'all can just binge our channel because we have over 400 videos telling you guys these testimonies and these stories because this is real life being called out like our forefather, Abraham. And y'all are going to experience the same abundance, the same goodness, the same blessings if you're obedient and you don't just complain all the time. Let the Roman mentality go. Let the Western mindset go. And, keep your circle small because, look, in the book of Baruch, if anybody reads that, also in Amos, it says that in the last days, people will be quiet. People are quiet in the last days because the days are wicked. The days are evil. You don't know who to trust. You look around, you don't know who these folks are.
Yeah.
People that look like you and came from where you came from, you don't know who they are.
All right, the last days, the wise will be quiet. Just be quiet.
Yeah, it's going to come a time when y'all don't see us, and y'all not going to hear nothing about us. It's going to be like, where'd they go? You got to know the seasons. So you better, take advantage while you can. I'm not going to be doing this forever. It's going to come a time to be quiet. Things are going to change. We already stopped telling folks where we at.
Yeah.
In 2020, we were very, look, la, 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 la.
Yeah, we had to.
It was fun, but it's not the season for that.
Yeah. What else?
Yeah, so we covered slavery, Jim Crow. Oh, Margaret Sanger. I really love history, y'all. I love history. I love history. Margaret Sanger, y'all know that evil, demonic woman. And this birth control. This is reason 5001 to leave America.
You want to tell a story about, who was it? Was it a Sabato person, a 7-day Adventist that was messaging you and saw you at a cafe and was like, oh.
About what?
And she was
That's
like,
not the same lady. That's Ellen White.
Oh, okay. I'm confused.
Margaret Sanger is the one that would do these experiments on black women.
Oh, okay.
With her elite Ashkenazi folks. Yeah. They would sit.
The people that's still alive today.
And perform all these surgeries on black women and then say, oh, you can take more pain. Oh, you're not really in pain. Oh, let's give them birth control. Oh, let's act like we're helping them. Look, let me tell you the colonizer playbook because they do it everywhere. They do it in Africa too. Hopefully some of my African cousins are watching. Let me tell you the colonizer playbook because we've been in both parts of the world and seen it. We have proximity to these people. Okay? The colonizer playbook is a psychological witchcraft game where you say, I'm going to help you because y'all have too many children. Let me just come and help you and prick you and give you these hormones that's going to later give you breast cancer and cervical cancer. And so your population will decrease. But I'm going to do it with a smile. And it's going to be a feminist movement, right? That's witchcraft. That's sorcery. That's psychological manipulation. They do the same thing in Africa, where they say, I'm going to set up these nonprofits. I'm going to set up these nonprofits and give you clothes. Meanwhile, the business owners that are in Africa that create beautiful clothing. It's hard for them to get business because you have all these nonprofits coming in saying, hey, free clothes, how can you compete with a business in free clothes? Yeah. Already knowing people idolize the West, so they already want Nike, which is a Greek goddess. They already want Adidas, whatever that is. They already want all this stuff. And so this is why it's total warfare. It's been warfare since.
And that's what it is. When you think about witchcraft and witches and warlocks and whatever, they need to do certain stuff to continue their riches, I guess. So when you think about that, like literally, when you think about the adversary, Satan, the devil, right? He needs a big sacrifice to continue to rule this world. And most of these people, or most of our people, is waking up to who they are, to what needs to be done. And this world's just about to shift. It's a
big shift. It's a shift. If you know the shift is here, leave a comment.
You gotta be careful in these last days because, Hasatan, the adversary, he is coming after our people. If you don't know it, now you know.
Yep, Revelations 12. It is here. The shift is here. Absolutely. Any last comments or questions? Anything you want to say, babe? We covered, Senegal's new president. Yes. I like taking notes, y'all.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the shift is here. Everything is starting to line up. Like, you got to really see it. Everything is really starting to line up. You got to see it.
If you have eyes to see, some can't even comprehend, You got to pray for discernment. And if you're like 50-50 and you're like, I don't know what's what right now, nobody is mad at you or angry at you. Just be humble enough to just ask what's going on. Ask the Most High what is happening so that you can have eyes, because you can't go in the last days with these like flowers on your eyes thinking everything's good and not understanding, because that's that. Now, lastly, I want to say that the Senegalese president, the new one, shout out to Senegal. That's awesome, because he passed a law, or he will pass it, saying that the Senegalese women, and when y'all come to Africa, it's so much. Okay. The Senegalese women are now allowed to wear their afros to school. Now, in certain countries in Africa, when you go into these countries, a lot of the women's heads are shaved off. Yeah. I looked into this. This is a sign of, what do you call it? It's like what colonizers do when they rule over you to show that they have authority over you, okay? And so by the Senegalese president saying that the girls and the women can come to the schools without having their heads shaved off, and they should stop wearing weaves and just wear their natural hair.
What do you want?
That's just the beginning of this wonderful awakening of the origins.
You have a cookie. Go ahead, get a cookie.
So, shout out to the Senegalese president. Shout out to all of the African content creators out there that are awake and that love their natural selves, that do not idolize features that are not their own, that do not harbor self-hatred in their hearts. Because obviously, if you harbored self-hatred in your heart, you only have that to give to the rest of the world. So, that's what I'm excited about. The Senegalese president. You got Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso. The whole West is just,
So what about South Africa? Has anybody heard about South Africa?
What's going on?
They trying to start their own little section.
Oh gosh, that's a whole dang. We gotta do a whole nother live for that topic. Oh gosh.
I'm telling you, it's coming right back. It's coming right back to the beginning. That's something else. They literally said that they're gonna try to start their own little section in South Africa.
The British, European, Germanic tribes, right?
Yeah.
That they would take the Western Cape of South Africa away from.
If they think they can do it, they gonna try. But the Most High is gonna set it straight at the end. But they literally doing it. They literally said that they gonna do it.
Let me just tell y'all something. You give some folks an inch, they'll take a mile. Don't give it to them. You got, at some point you got to stand up. At some point you got to care enough. If you don't care about yourself, that's fine, but at least care about the generations after you and what they're going to inherit. If you don't care about yourself, that's fine. Care about the generations after you.
Yeah.
We need to stop thinking in terms of next 10 to 20, 30 years. Maybe I could work with this person and everything will be great. No. What's that going to look like for your children's children? What's that land going to look like? If you don't stand up for yourself, we can't just, prance around all day and, want to be all harmony. Everything isn't harmony. The Messiah, guess what? When the folks were selling stuff on the Sabbath, he flipped the tables. You see that today, you'd be like, oh, he's crazy.
Yeah, a righteous
No, it's
anger.
called boundaries.
Yeah.
Don't play games. Don't do stuff that you're not supposed to do. Righteous anger. Righteous anger is righteous. And this is where discernment and understanding comes in. But yeah, that's all I got to say. That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
The American reset, the world reset. What will you do? Now, go ahead. You can go to our channel and look at everything, all the videos, because we have lots of resources available.
Yes. I know someone messaged me earlier and saying like, man, I appreciate what you're doing. Your journey inspired me to move to Africa. And I'm like, wow, that's great. So if we are inspiring,
Inspiring.
you guys inspired.
No. I'm done with you.
Inspiring you guys to move to Africa. We got tons of resources for you. Like really. And that's all we try to tell people. We've been doing this since 2020.
Yeah.
Even before really, so
Yeah, it's not new.
We just try to help our people.
Y'all just new to the channel.
In a way that we can, so yeah. Just don't be expired. That date is coming up. Don't be expired.
Well, America's already expired. They hit their date. There is current, it was right here. Then it's like it took a plunge. It took a quick plunge.
Yeah.
It took a plunge. Don't be part of the plunge, y'all. Just get yourself up out of it. You don't gotta sink with it. And when, these lands, people say America's the promised land. The land is just, when you see the land in Africa, when you see
Yeah, it's beautiful.
the Most High's canvas, what he did here, it's mind-blowing. See, this is why we're so happy all the time. Just seeing, it's literally mind-blowing. Every day we wake up like, this is really our life. Like, he really did what he said he was going to do, and exceedingly beyond anything we could even comprehend.
Mm-hmm.
Exceedingly beyond. Maybe, I don't know if you feel like you're available. We used to do consultations. I don't know if you want to do that or not.
Yeah.
If you feel,
I love
because your
talking to
schedule's
people.
probably going to be booked up.
Yeah. I love talking to people. Like, I keep it real. That's just me. One-on-one, I keep it real with you.
Yeah. Because that's what y'all need in this time.
Everybody
We
appreciate it. Everybody I talk to, they always appreciate it. Like, man, this is great. Like, yeah. Don't want to hang up. They be like, I don't want to hang up, man. I know the hour's up. Yeah. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, we meet a lot of these diaspora too, just in different areas and stuff, stay in contact and different things like that. It's very great. It's a blessing. So, yeah. That's Journey with us. That's what we had to say today. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for caring enough about yourself and the generations that are going to come after you to consider leaving America, because that's what it's all about. When we had our children, we were like, it's not righteous to allow children to be grown up in such a treacherous place.
Yeah.
We would be judged and accountable for that as their parents. Right? So.
Yeah. But nothing wrong with if, people's there doing that.
I mean, there is something wrong with LGBTQ. So
I mean,
I'm not going to go on the fence. I'm going to tell y'all
all-
straight up.
that's
It's
all
completely
crazy.
wrong. So.
And you see all this stuff is coming to, it's coming to pass. It's coming to the light. But this P. Diddy stuff, this is great. And that's a big distraction to know what's going on with P. Diddy. It's like post after post after post, flooding the internet, right? And you got to see the bigger picture. It's a big distraction.
Maybe it's the Most High tearing people's idols down so they can wake up and say, oh, there's a creator on that.
I'm telling
that
you,
made the earth.
It's a big distraction also.
and our people fall right into it, making jokes about it. Somebody trademarked no Diddy.
They trademarked it.
Trademarked it.
Why do we? And see, this
And
is
our
the stuff
people
that
be
makes
like
me
making
angry.
so like just it's a big joke to everybody.
Because we're the same ones that say, "Oh, we don't have any money." We spend trillions of dollars every year on hair care products, nails, and chicken. Like,
Chicken.
let me get off of here because y'all, we gotta be accountable. We have money. We've always had resources. We've always been a skilled people. We've always been royalty. We just gotta be wise. Okay, we just gotta just seek understanding and wisdom, please. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna get off.
Yes.
Shalom, shalom.
Seek the Most High. Seek peace. Seek joy. Seek love. Yeah. Don't be expired.
Not the tagline is "Don't be expired, don't you?"
Thanks for
Shalom,
tuning in,
shalom.
guys. Shalom. Make sure you like the video and share. Shalom.